Hello and welcome to the sideboard here at the StarCityGames.com Standard Open in Baltimore, part of the SCG Tour. I'm Nick Miller alongside Open champion Jim Davis. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You know, a couple months back, a couple years ago, I had an interview with you and you said your friends kept dogging you because you don't have any trophies. And I brought it up again at the Players' Championship. I've handed you 3 trophies now within about a year and a half. So.
Yeah, this is nice. I gotta actually build a shelf or something. I gotta do something here. It's hardware, you know, it's great.
You got a
Let's keep doing this.
Legacy Open win. Well, we might be able to keep doing that.
I like this,
Players Championship win, a Standard Open win. Now let's talk about new standard. Shadows over Innistrad came in. You know, when I was scouting out the room before the Open began, I was checking out what the teams were playing, and you and Kevin Jones showed me this Bant Company deck. And the main question was, is the mana going to work? And then I saw some of the new cards, and I was immediately impressed. Mm-hmm. Talk about how you guys came to that deck, and you know just how well it performed this weekend. All 3 of you guys were in contention till the very end.
Yeah, I mean, this was a total team effort, honestly. Like, I worked with both Jessups, Andrew and Dan, Kevin Jones and Pete Ingram, and Kevin kind of brought this deck to us. We were working on lots of stuff. We actually tested a lot for this event. We were here, got in Thursday night. We were here all day Friday in the hotel lobby, just practicing, and just a lot of input from everyone. It was really great, like collaborative process. I've never really worked with like a group so cohesively before, and it was just literally an all-day process of jamming games, and Kevin just kept putting with the deck, and we tried all sorts of different stuff, and eventually we kind of just worked the werewolf in, the 2-drop Duskwatch Recruiter, right?
Yep.
Once we worked that in, it was just like, wow, okay, this card's insane, and like it enables so many of the things the deck wanted to do, because Kevin was really big on the deck being very instant speed playable, you know, with Bounding Crisis, Collected Company, Ojtai's Command, and Avacyn as well. And like that card played so well with that because you can cast Avacyn for 4, you can leave mana open to draw creatures. It was sort of like an Azor Mage in some ways. And that was super tricky. It was right up Kevin's alley, and just worked out really well.
Yeah, I talked with Kevin in the deck tech we did, you know, very early on in day 1, and it played just like a deck he would want to be playing. So many instant speed tricks.
Definitely.
You can force them to play into all the things you want to, along with the Recruiter, which then allows you to play Archangel Avacyn, just 4 mana, blowout city when you get to do that.
That's a good one.
Other good cards in the deck, you know, we've seen the shell there before. Sylvan Advocate, Bounding Crisis, all the good creatures. Jace, how's Jace looking in the deck now without, you know, fetch lands and as much interaction there?
It's definitely not as good. I was shaving 1 Jace a lot in sideboarding, because you don't really want to cast it early because you can't flip it early. And like looting is like fine if you're kind of trying to like fix your mana and stuff, but like you just have a lot of good cards in your deck and don't want to discard them, honestly, you know. So like a Merfolk Looter is not really what the deck wants. So it's possible that it should be shaved down to like 3 or 2 maybe. I'm not really sure. It's definitely not the powerhouse it was. You know, it used to be in the old format, you'd fetch, flip Jace on turn 3 or 4, and it's like, here we go. Whereas in this deck, it takes a few more turns to do it, and those 1 or 2 turns really do matter. So Jace was definitely a little unimpressive.
Looking at the day 2 metagame breakdown, you know, the 3 most popular decks were the humans decks, were the white-black Eldrazi and mid-range decks, and then the Collected Company deck that you played. Top 8, you had to beat 2 humans decks and the white-black Eldrazi deck. So were those decks clearly on your radar? And, you know, obviously your deck pairs up pretty good against all the competition here.
Yeah, I mean, the humans deck was definitely one of our main decks. Andrew actually decided to play it. He played it so much in testing, he wanted to stick with it. And it was very clearly like a very good aggro deck. Our version wasn't as aggressive as my finals opponent was.
Right.
That one was pretty balls to the wall. And in the Eldrazi decks, we have like a red-white Eldrazi deck. And like the main idea of those decks is pretty similar. I mean, like, and we knew that like as long as they didn't have the fast Hedron Crawler into like a 4-drop starts, we're usually pretty ahead, because Bounding Crisis and Reflector Mage can kind of like steal back the tempo, and then once you have the initiative, like pressing, it's very easy with the deck, which is really cool. So I mean, for the most part, it's what we expected. There were like 1 or 2 like kind of like cool fringe decks I saw, but nothing was really like jumping out at me as like, well, we didn't see this at all, you know. So.
Well, you jumped out on top of the metagame week 1. We got an invitational coming up next week, which I'm sure we can expect to see all at. Got any plans? Got any ideas? How early are you getting there to work on that one?
1 day at a time. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll get in on Thursday probably, and we'll work during the week, and we'll see, you know, what happens.
All right. Well, congratulations one last time, Jim Davis, Open champion here in Baltimore. I'm going to send it over for Cedric and Craig one last time.